I'd like to welcome everybody to our February 4th Brigantine City Council meeting. Please rise for the flag salute. To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic. Please remain standing while our Deputy Mayor Karen Pugh leads us in prayer.
Heavenly Father, we give you thanks for the freedom we exercise and the many blessings of democracy we enjoy in these United States of America. We ask your protection and guidance for all those who devote themselves to the common good, working for justice and peace at home and around the world. Heal us from our differences and unite us with a common purpose, dedication, and commitment to achieve liberty and justice in the years ahead for all people, and especially for those who are most valuable in our midst. May we pray this in your name. Amen. And please remain standing for the moment of silence for another one of our long-time Brigantine residents, Mrs. Rowie Rehill. Mrs. Rehill and her husband, Ed Rehill, were very, very involved in our community for many years. If you realize, Ed Rehill, his name is on our boathouse. He was very instrumental in all the crew programs in our whole area. Mrs. Rehill is survived by her son, Tom, former police chief here in Brigantine, her son, Ed, and her other son, Michael, and her daughter, Teresa, many in-laws, grandchildren, and they're very, very involved in our community. So please, a moment of silence. Thank you. Please be seated.
Christine, can you read the Open Public Meetings Act announcement?
The notice of this meeting has been provided as required by the Open Public Meetings Act.
Thank you. Tiger, executive session.
No executive session, Mayor.
First up, we have our approval of our minutes. This is for January 21st, 2026. We have a motion second.
So moved. Second.
Questions or comments? Seeing none, can we have roll call?
You,
Abstain.
Lettieri,
Yes.
Hany,
Yes.
Virgilia,
Yes.
Reardon,
Yes.
Mayor Sarah,
Yes.
motion carried.
Need our approval of our bill requisition list. We have a motion second.
So moved. Second.
Questions or comments? Seeing none, can we have roll call?
You,
Yes.
Lettieri,
Yes.
Hany,
Yes.
Virgilia,
Yes.
Reardon,
Yes.
Mayor Sarah,
Yes.
motion carried.
At this time, we'll open it up for public comment. Anybody wishing to be heard on any agenda on the, I can't even talk, any item on the agenda, please come up and state your name and address for the record. I'll have you come during the resolution.
My name's Ed Blatt. I'm from 3rd Street South. And an agenda item from a few years ago
That would need to be an agenda item.
has to be this one. And that'll be at the end of this
At the
session,
end, you can speak about anything you'd like.
like an hour or two from now, I guess.
So you'd have to wait till the end of the meeting so this open is just for things on the
Yeah.
agenda.
I s-
If you want to speak about something other than something on tonight's agenda, at the end of the meeting, we have an open public, and then you can speak about any topic.
Okay, I understand. Just that it didn't come across that way when I looked on the internet.
That's okay, no worries. Thank you. All right, if there's no public comment, we'll close the public comment. At this time, we have resolution 2026, number 51, and this is a resolution supporting an amendment to the Atlantic County Solid Waste Management Plan endorsing the expansion of the ACWA landfill at the Howard Fritz Hahnemann Environmental Park. We have a motion second. So moved. At this time, I'd like to open the floor up to Jeanette Kessler.
I'm Jeanette Kessler. I'm the risk manager at ACUA and Brigantine resident. I have with me Greg Sayer. He is the vice president of solid waste at ACUA, and he is going to speak on the landfill project.
I was told if I bring Jeanette, you'll just do whatever I ask.
You were told correctly.
So as Jeanette said, I'm Greg Sayer, vice president at the ACUA. So
Uh-oh. Oh, no. I'll send you a bill for that. I think you broke our rubber band.
I can hold it. Okay. Can everyone still hear me? Good.
Yeah, we can.
So the resolution is for support of our expansion of our landfill. We've had about 16 municipalities so far support this. Currently, our landfill is permitted through 2029, a few years, but not that long. The expansion will get us to 2040, which is a significant improvement and gives us more long-term planning for other options besides landfilling. The expansions are nothing new at our landfill. We've been, we expand every day as we add more trash, but we've done several expansions. We put walls around to increase capacity. So it's not anything out of the ordinary. Every other landfill in the state is doing expansions as well. This is not something crazy, not something that has been done before or unique to Atlantic County. We're talking about a vertical expansion and a horizontal expansion. So in your package, it's very easy to visualize. You see an aerial photo of our landfill. There's a little notch that kind of cuts in there, right? Looks like wasted space. That's essentially what it is. I don't know why years ago, when we permitted it as we did, we designed it that way, but it's just area adjacent to our landfill that is not being used. By capturing that space, that gets us about 6 years. It's 5 acres, gets us 6 years. We're also talking a vertical expansion. Currently, we're at 145 feet. We're asking to go up to 185 feet. That gets us another 5 years on top of that. The important part about the vertical expansion is this: it is free airspace. There's no infrastructure cost to build that. The most recent expansion we did cost about $18 million, got us 4 years. This proposed expansion will cost about $25 million, get us 11 years. So you're seeing significant savings on your per year basis. So that is really big for us. And the most important thing is big for all of our ratepayers to keep our costs low. We're currently the lowest landfill cost in New Jersey. So, that's our goal, to maintain those low costs. Height expansion, you might hear, oh my gosh, you're going higher. You're going to see it from all over the place, right? I live in Absecon. I can see it 2 spots in Absecon on Mill Road, driving or towards Westcott, towards the airport. And then you kind of see it in Galloway a little bit. You only see it if you know what you're looking for. So in your packet here, there's a picture of, this last page right here, a picture we did at our engineering analysis, do visuals of what you would see. So you won't see it from anywhere you don't already see it. So we're going up 40 feet. It is not some astronomical amount. There's also a handout here of current landfill heights. So we are currently the lowest landfill in the state, not just rate, but in height. So when we talk about going up 40 feet, Cape May County is already over 200 feet. We're at 140 feet. So Cape May County, same terrain as us. We're not going astronomically high. We're basically doing what every other landfill in the state is doing. What I'll reiterate too is the cost, right? So if this expansion doesn't happen and we have to ship waste out, it's about $25 million per year to county ratepayers. So it's a little bit different for every municipality, but $25 million over the course of the entire county. That is a lot of money. Everyone knows budgets are tight. Our goal is to keep those numbers low for you. So that's the quick presentation. If you have more questions, I'm happy to answer them for you. Wanted to keep it quick for you, but I can answer any questions you have.
I can tell you personally, I'm glad to see that the ACUA is doing the expansion. I know with the Mayor's Association, we had met a couple years ago with concern about what happens once you get to capacity. So I'm glad that you guys have a good plan to extend that. And hopefully in the next 11 years, there's some evolution of technology that will help us down the road. So thank you.
And we are actually in the process of that too. We are currently in an RFP. We have 3 companies shortlisted that will propose us different technologies. We'll see how that plays out. That's something I've been at the ACUA for almost 20 years now. It's something I've been chasing. When I started there, they said, Greg, you'll be the only one here when the landfill closes. And they are all retired now and I'm still here. So yes, but we are looking for solutions, and even beyond that, stuff like food waste recycling, there's things that we can do, and we will slowly transition as we move forward. But this gives us much more time to find those solutions.
Absolutely. No, I think it's a great plan. Appreciate you guys coming out tonight to present.
Greg, I know you had problems last year with the odor coming out of there.
Yeah.
That has been rectified though?
Yeah. Yes. So
Okay.
I'll tell you, I live in Absecon, and that's where the complaints are coming from. So, it's a landfill, right? It's not a bakery or anything that smells good. There will always be some odors there. And, we are being sued by our neighbors who live closer to the landfill than my office is to the landfill, right? So I cannot control when someone buys a house and doesn't do their due diligence. It's 60 residents out of 250,000 in Atlantic County that are suing us for that. There was increased odors 2023 going into 2024 that was affecting more Absecon. That has since been rectified. Our complaints have gone down significantly. The data is all there, and that's essentially where we are. Again, having lived in Absecon, the elected officials there know how to find me, and they tell me when something's wrong, and I haven't got a call from them in over a year about anything. So I think we've proven that situation significantly.
I did see they're building a tremendous amount of
Yes.
units. Right.
Yeah. Yes, that's an EHT on the other side of the parkway.
Yeah.
The good news for that is, well, I don't know if they'll read it, but in their deed, it does require them to acknowledge they're living next to a landfill and an airport shooting range. So I had someone call me, actually asked me, I said, look, if it was me, I would not buy a house next to a landfill. That's my recommendation, but they're being built there. They have to acknowledge next to a landfill. And
Well, I just want to say thanks, Greg, for you coming out tonight. And Jeanette, when you did your presentation at the League of Municipalities recently, it's just great news for Atlantic County that we're going to be good until 2040 now compared to worrying about what's going to happen over the next couple of years. And the cost would be much more expensive if we had to start shipping our waste out. So this is fabulous news, and we're glad to support it.
thank you, appreciate it. And it gets me to retirement too. So that's
Well, that's good. That's good.
If there's no other questions, can we have roll call?
Yes.
Lettieri?
Yes.
Hany?
Yes.
Virgilio?
Yes.
Reardon?
Yes.
Mayor Sarah?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Thank you guys
Thank you,
very
everyone.
much. We appreciate it.
And Jeanette, thank you again for everything you do for us.
And if anybody hasn't heard yet, Jeanette is one of the grand marshals of the St. Patrick's Parade this year with Neil Kane. So that's why she wore her green shirt tonight with John Doring. He's getting ready for prepping for St. Patrick's Month also. Thank you, John.
We have resolution 2026-52, and this is a resolution authorizing a property tax exemption for a permanently disabled veteran, block 6902, lot 41. A motion
I'll
second.
make that motion. Second.
Questions or comments? Can we have roll call?
Yes.
Lettieri?
Yes.
Hany?
Yes.
Virgilio?
Yes.
Reardon?
Yes.
Mayor Sarah?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Resolution 2026-53. This is a resolution authorizing the final change order for number 1 for the well house entry and site elements rehabilitation project. And this is a net increase of $19,496.99. We have a motion second.
Second.
Sequence. John or Tiger, can you give us an update what the additional work was?
That was for the well houses at the north end. The front porch was sinking. The well house next to the museum was capped. We're turning that into storage and maybe a bathroom in the museum. There's a few other big projects that we did.
Thank you, Jim. All right, if there's no questions or comments, can we have roll call?
Yes.
Lettieri?
Yes.
Hany?
Yes.
Virgilio?
Yes.
Reardon?
Yes.
Mayor Sarah?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Resolution 2026-54. This is a resolution authorizing a contract with Penn Power Systems for a generator preventative maintenance services. And this is a total amount of $12,743.44. The motion second.
So moved.
Second.
Questions or comments? Seeing none, can we have roll call?
Yes.
Lettieri?
Yes.
Hany?
Yes.
Virgilio?
Yes.
Reardon?
Yes.
Mayor Sarah?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Resolution 2026-55. This is a resolution authorizing a 5-year contract with Rich Fire Protection for fire suppression system inspection and testing. This is the amount of $9,000. We have a motion second.
So moved. Second.
Questions or comments? Seeing none, can we have roll call?
Yes.
Lettieri?
Yes.
Hany?
Yes.
Virgilio?
Yes.
Reardon?
Yes.
Mayor Sarah?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Resolution 2026-56. This is a resolution authorizing the award of contract to Charles Marandino, Inc. for water system improvements and roadway reconstruction of Bayshore Avenue from 38th Street South to the Lighthouse Circle. This is in the amount of $1,581,937. We have a motion and a second.
I'll make that motion. Second.
One of the big things we're working on in the city of Brigantine is road improvements. We've had a lot of requests for this area of Bayshore Avenue to be repaved. What it needs is actually a full reconstruction. Before we can do that, we have to actually address the storm system, the pipes that are basically under the road. We're doing that now. Once that's done, we'll be able to come back and do the reconstruction of the road. If there's no questions or comments, can we have roll call?
Yes.
Lettieri?
Yes.
Amy?
Yes.
Virgilio?
Yes.
Reardon?
Yes.
Mayor Sarah?
Yes.
Carried.
Resolution 2026-57. This is a resolution authorizing the tax collector to issue overpayment refunds. We have a motion and second.
So moved.
Second.
Questions or comments? Seeing none, can we have roll call?
Yes.
Lettieri?
Yes.
Amy?
Yes.
Virgilio?
Yes.
Reardon?
Yes.
Mayor Sarah?
Yes. Resolution 2026-58. This is a resolution granting a revocable license at 1312 West Beach Avenue for an encroachment on the city's property. We have a motion and second.
Second.
Questions or comments? Seeing none, can we have roll call?
Yes.
Lettieri?
Yes.
Amy?
Yes.
Virgilio?
Yes.
Reardon?
Yes.
Mayor Sarah?
Yes.
Carried.
Resolution 2026-59. This is a resolution authorizing an agreement with Mark Himenow, General Manager of the Brigantine Golf Links. We have a motion second.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Questions or comments? Seeing none, can we have roll call?
Yes.
Lettieri?
Yes.
Amy?
Yes.
Virgilio?
Yes.
Reardon?
Yes.
Mayor Sarah?
Yes.
Carried.
Resolution 2026-60. This is a resolution appointing a municipal housing liaison, and that will be Rachel Beckner. We have a motion second.
So moved.
Second.
Questions or comments? Seeing none, can we have roll call?
Yes.
Lettieri?
Yes.
Amy?
Yes.
Virgilio?
Yes.
Reardon?
Yes.
Mayor Sarah?
Rachel does a great job, and I'm proud to reappoint her. Yes.
Motion carried.
Resolution 2026-61. This is a resolution authorizing the city of Brigantine to enter into a cooperative pricing agreement. Motion second.
Second.
Questions or comments? Seeing none, can we have roll call?
Yes.
Lettieri?
Yes.
Amy?
Yes.
Virgilio?
Yes.
Reardon?
Yes.
Mayor Sarah?
Yes.
Carried.
Up next, we have our consent agenda. We have Elks raffle license number 1139, various dates. We have the 2026 food truck summer series. We have the Cherry Blossom 5K, April 24th, and the Pup Strut, October 10th. We have motion second.
So moved.
Second.
Questions or comments? Seeing none, can we have roll call?
Yes.
Lettieri?
Yes.
Amy?
Yes.
Virgilio?
Yes.
Reardon?
Yes.
Mayor Sarah?
Yes.
Motion carried.
Up next, we have our council manager committee discussions. Tiger, anything for us?
Mayor, the only thing I want to bring up is I'd like to thank the men and women of Public Works for the hard work that they did with this unusual event that occurred with heavy snow followed by heavy rain, followed by heavy temperature drop that created a major ice problem on the island. Their crews worked tirelessly around the clock, getting as many roads as they could cleared. We only had to close one day, City Hall, because they had the whole area. I know some employees were hoping they would have taken their time a little bit more on City Hall. So John, thank you. They've also dealt with 57 broken pipe calls, 3 water main breaks. So they've been really plugging away and doing great, as well as the police and fire department, who also had to deal with numerous calls during those the last week with all the ice. And so I just want to say thank you from the manager to those employees for just doing a great job.
John, I want to thank you too. By the night of the storm, by 10 o'clock at night, I went out and just take a ride around the island, and I will tell you that all the emergency routes completely clear. Like, it was very impressive. I had a couple people who had to come onto the island during the storm from other municipalities, and they were really impressed impressed with the work that Public Works did getting those roads open. They said it was a mess everywhere else. They got here and couldn't believe how good the roads were. I know that your crews are still working on some of the back alleys. You know, we appreciate that work. And I think the storm was very challenging because no sooner did it snow, it started raining and then it froze. But I think Public Works did a really great job for it. I'm pleased. Thank everyone in your department for the outstanding work. I got to tell you, though, I do have one complaint. It's from my daughter. She was very upset that school was open. She saw the big equipment from Public Works down there. All her friends in other towns were out of school, but you guys had the school open. So I know many of the parents were happy, but many of the children were sad. So it was good. Thank you, Jim. And go over to our department heads. Anything for us? No? Go over to our deputy mayor.
Again, thank you to all three departments for all the awesome work you did. You know, I missed it all, which I didn't like. Steve, welcome. Look forward to many years of you sitting here representing the police department. Just quickly, are you going to talk about the beach fee office? I see that the beach fee office is now accepting credit cards. That's an exciting move. It's just a great customer satisfaction thing that we're offering now. People don't have to bring either cash or a check in the beach fee office. They can just come in with a credit card, don't have to go back to TD Bank.
And they are open on Wednesdays now, Wednesday through Saturday. So
Okay,
they expanded.
awesome.
Yep.
Awesome, very good. Even though it doesn't look like it out there, spring and summer will be here eventually. We're very excited to have our new GM that we just approved his contract tonight at the Lynx, Mr. Mark Kiminoff. He is going to do an awesome job. And he is now here full time. We're excited to get things moving. He called me today, had a couple of questions, and I'm looking forward to working very closely with him. Unfortunately, the Lynx has been unplayable thanks to Mother Nature, but hopefully in the next few weeks, back out playing. That's it.
Everything that you said as far as how the city handles this whole gas full and stuff.
Why is it always a weekend?
Not much going on with the promenade that you expect. Lights and stuff. Yeah, very steady. Yeah.
Thank you, Mayor. You know, just when we thought it was maybe Grover done with this cold weather on Saturday and Sunday, I think it's going down to 9 and 11 those 2 nights. So I think after that, though, a nice warm spell. Ditto to all the previous remarks. Great job with everything. Still saying, please all the people some of the time, some of the people all the time, please all the people all the time. So, you know, things happen. But great job. I mean, all the side streets and everything getting done. I mean, excellent. And Steve, you look good in that seat. Acting chief. And wish you the best of luck. Look forward to having you for. Thank you. Put on Mark.
I'll have to say the same. The fourth word is the lagoon is frozen solid. And it's I haven't seen that in quite a long time. So, but John, great job. Your guys were out. Some guys were pushing 100 hours. So that's just the dedication is really team. Welcome, Steve. Chief, look forward to working with you. I'm sure you'll work well. And then finally, the big weekend, ask everyone to go out and support your charities on the island. Super Bowl parties at the Elks, at the VFW, at the American Legion. Everyone's doing something. Yours truly will be cooking at the Elks this weekend, so if you'd like to stop in, I'll be there all day. Thank you.
Perfect. Special.
Stromboli.
There you go. But
Thanks, Mayor. Thanks for everybody coming out tonight on this freezing cold night. Appreciate your support. John, what everybody else has said about you guys in Public Works. I had to go down to Ventnor, Margate, different places down there, and none of them could compare to the way you cleaned up Brigantine after the storms. Thanks so much. Chief, welcome. I know you have big shoes to fill, but you're the right man to do it. So, wishing you good, however many years you're going to be here. Best wishes on that. And, other than that, I really don't have too much. That's it. So thanks.
where do we find your phone number?
Yeah, front page of the Brigantine Times. If you have any questions or issues, my number's on the front page of Brigantine Times. Thanks for reminding me.
There you go. Okay, it's not a meeting unless you say it.
Yeah.
Steve, I'd like to welcome you. Looking forward to working with you. As we said, you got big shoes to fill, but I know you're going to do a great job. So welcome. Just a quick update on the south end. DOT has begun dredging a Brigantine channel around Sunflower Island. That's going to be a huge improvement for the residents down there. We're still working on other areas of the island, but they decided to move on that area first, and we're going to continue to work on dredging on the rest of the island. We'll keep people posted as that moves forward. I've been working with Senator Palestina to get information on people's basically South Jersey gas bills. The delivery charges, what's being reported by most residents, the delivery charges are about 3 times the rate of the actual gas. And people are very concerned because they've seen a dramatic increase in that. Working with the senator, we have requested from South Jersey Gas a 5-year history of the delivery charges, as well as a breakdown of what those delivery charges consist of. We've had conversations with a representative from South Jersey Gas and with the New Jersey Board of Public Utilities. As soon as we have that information, we're going to share it with the public. And then we're going to start to look for ways to try to get the gas bills under control. I know a lot of people have talked about Atlantic City Electric. I believe Congressman Van Drew has been working on that as well. Senator Palestina is working on South Jersey Gas. And we're going to see what we can do to try to bring relief to, I guess, all the people being impacted by this. I know the new governor has taken a strong position on utility prices, so we're looking to work together with her to try to get something done in the state of New Jersey. We'll keep people posted. I've got some good news for the residents up around the promenade. We're dealing with beach erosion up there. We have reached out to the governor about doing some type of emergency declaration. It's under review, so we're hoping to hear back from the governor soon. That will allow us to move federal money that Congressman Van Drew has ready to come in for an emergency beach replenishment. We're also working with the Army Corps and DEP on long-term solutions down there. But we do have some good news. We think we have a good short-term solution. And this is something that was researched by our city manager as well as our engineer. It's something called a tiger dam. Basically, a tiger dam, this has been used in other coastal communities and has been pretty successful when it comes to, it's not named after tiger, but it's called a tiger dam. But I do think the fire department needs to do something with that. So, yeah. So it's called a tiger dam. And basically, it's these huge tubes. They're made out of like a durable, flexible material, but you fill water in it. And I don't know if you realize that every gallon of water is 8 pounds, so it's pretty heavy. And you stack 3 tubes together. So 2 go next to each other, 1 goes on top. It creates a temporary seawall, and that's how I'm going to call it, as a temporary seawall. And this will add some protection. So it would start at the end of the promenade and then extend 275 feet north. And then the top layer of it will wrap around back into the 4x4 access road there, which will try to give a layer of protection from erosion and from some of the storms that come through. For one of the properties that's there, basically the only thing holding back the high tides during storms right now is a property owner's retention wall. That's not going to hold up much longer, so we're looking to move this forward. Before we can do anything, we have to get support, I believe, from both the DEP as well as the Army Corps. We're a managed beach. They have to approve whatever actions we do out there, so we're going to work together on that to make sure that we can get this done. If we can, it'll be good. Relatively, it's pretty reasonable. We believe we'll be able to do it for less than 200,000, and that'll add some good protection out there. The good thing about this system is once we get a long-term system in place there, we actually can deflate it, take everything out, and we can actually use it on other areas of the island if we run into issues. So this way it'll be something that will help us long-term on the island. We'll keep people posted as that moves forward. I did send a letter out to the residents who live down there to make sure that they know that this is happening. It had some pictures and stuff, and we'll make sure we keep people posted. So it's great that we're able to do something to try to help people, because a lot of the residents are asking what can be done while we work with the federal government on a long-term solution. We'll keep people posted. All right, at this time, we're going to open it up to the public. Anybody wishing to be heard on any issue, please come up and state your name and address for the record.
Ed Blatt, 3rd Street South. I was here a few years ago.
What was your address?
218 3rd Street South. I was here a few years ago, and it was during a presentation. I believe the two gentlemen that did the presentation were retired judges. It had to do with the court systems in Atlantic County and how we would be involved. I asked them at the time, would they be in favor, or would they please not hire, and I quoted, catch and release prosecutors? And I presume that that was done. I don't know for sure, but it comes to mind now because this past week, we heard from the New Jersey governor saying that New Jersey is a sanctuary state. That is, as far as I'm concerned, unacceptable. But then a day or two later, we heard from Governor Josh Shapiro saying on at least 3 different occasions that Pennsylvania is not a sanctuary state. 2 Democrat governors, one says they are not, and one says that we are. I asked, then I saw a video clip that was shown to the governor of Pennsylvania of Larry Krasner, the district attorney for Philadelphia. The only sanctuary city is Larry Krasner's city. I would like to be sure that that is not going to be the case here in Atlantic City, or Atlantic, our city here in Brigantine. I would ask to be on record, this council, make a motion, seconded, that we in Brigantine City are not a sanctuary city. And that if you could do that, open up to the public for a comment and then vote, and if it was necessary, at the next meeting, ratify what was done. So my request is that you have a motion on the floor to make Brigantine City a non-sanctuary city.
So I would say, first and foremost, one of the things, I've been on council probably about 12 years now. One of the things we really work to do is not make this a political forum. I will tell you that our entire city will always respect the laws of this land. And I don't think that we would do anything to circumvent federal or state laws. I will tell you one of the major problems when you have sanctuary cities is that all of those people who come in for sanctuary cities and sanctuary states, you actually rob them of their constitutional rights. They're in a situation where they're half in, half out, and never guaranteed any promises. And if you look at a lot of the chaos that's going on in this country today, it is because of the sanctuary policies. And I am on record, and this council is on record, that and at that time it was the Biden administration, before that it was the Obama administration, if they wish to have people come into this country, then they should have a legal process for people to come in here, and you can't let people come in and then not guarantee them rights. When people are here undocumented and when people are here illegally, they're in a situation where they're living in fear and they're never fully enfranchised or guaranteed the protection of this country because they have nowhere to turn. And that is wrong. This council has passed resolutions in opposition to those policies. So if someone has a desire to come here, then it really is up to the federal government to create a policy that allows people to come here and not create policies that encourage people to circumvent the system. And that's how we end up today. So this council is on record. We've opposed policies that allow people to come here illegally, but we also advocate that there needs to be an easier process for people to come here so it doesn't drag out year in and year out. I think the process now could take 7 to 10 years. That's something that needs to be changed. I think one of the problems is that a lot of people who were in our country illegally are being used as political pawns, and it is wrong. And I think that if you have a desire to have people come here, then you find a way to make them legal. And that has been our position all along, and that has been our position on record, and it's been well documented.
So Brigantine City then will adhere to federal law that has to do with turning over any illegal, especially crime, people involved with crimes, turn them over to the federal officials as is required by federal law. Is that being done here in Atlantic County?
So I will tell you that I can't speak on behalf of the police department because I can't make them do anything. That is something that is up to the chief. What I will come back to say is what this council says is that when it comes to the federal government, they need to have a clear policy on having people come to this country legally. And we are on record for that. And I've said that many times, and we still stand behind that position. So I understand what you're trying to do, but we're not going to get into the middle of political battles. Right now, we are focused on Brigantine and what Brigantine does. Our position on the federal government, they should have a clear policy on how people legally come into this country so that when people come here, they can be fully enfranchised and enjoy everything that Brigantine has to offer.
That clear policy, then, I do believe that Governor Shapiro is following that
Sir,
clear
I can't speak for
policy.
other states.
He's-
So I understand. So I want to say I understand and respect where you're coming from. But I'm going to say I can't speak on behalf of other states. I don't know what's happening in Pennsylvania. I don't know what's happening in New York. I can tell you that our policy and our statement here is that on the federal level, they need to come up with some plan or some policy so people are able to come here legally, so we don't end up in the exact situation that you're concerned about. So that's something that needs to change on the federal level. We do not deal with immigration policy at the local level. I will tell you that our police will always follow the law. I know they do a great job, but I can't order them to do things. That is the job of the chief.
Larry Krasner has specifically said that Philadelphia is not going to go according to the federal laws. I hope that that's being done here in Atlantic County and Brigantine City. Anyway, someone has to speak up. I speak for myself. That's my concern. And I'm sure I speak for many people that want to make sure that we here in Brigantine City are not a sanctuary city.
Right.
Thank you.
Yep. John Johnson.
Thank you, Ed. Well said.
John Johnson, 36 Coke Hill Beach Drive. Number one, congratulations to Chief Ward. Many successful years. John Doring and your crew. I was out early Monday morning. Major roads in Brigantine were excellent. Thank you and your crew for doing such a great job. Karen, you just said that credit cards will be accepted at the community center. Is there a premium price added to using a credit card?
Yeah.
So like all credit card vendors, there is a small fee. I couldn't tell you what the fee is off the top of my head, but there is a processing fee that the city doesn't charge, but the vendor the credit card company charges.
Okay. And regarding our new governor, Mikey Sherrill, she campaigned to freeze the utility bills the first day but I've been involved, and the reality is she didn't go far enough. So she froze utility companies from raising the rate. Myself and many of my friends buy electricity through a third party at a discounted rate to Atlantic City. However, all third parties are not affected by not raising your rate. If you are a true utility, you are restricted, but if you are a third party, the sky's the limit. So poor job on her part. Another Democratic bad decision with a lot of talk involved, but doesn't affect the majority. My next thing is, I know we're in Brigantine, but for over a month, when I'm outside of Brigantine and coming home on the White Horse Pike Route 30, once you get to the Home Depot, the overhead lighting on both sides of the road is blacked out. So I don't know who the right person to contact is, what state agency, what senator. So I'm asking city council to take action in behalf of the safety of the people that come back home at night on Route 30, because from the Home Depot, it's unsafe. No lights are lit. I was there again last night, and from before Christmas till now, whenever I'm off, it's no lighting. So in public safety, please reach out to who the right person would be. Thank you.
Yeah, I believe our acting chief of ward is going to reach out. Thank you. If there's no other public comment, I will close the public portion. Any final council comments? All right, seeing none, can we have a motion and second to adjourn?
Like that motion.
All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Seeing none, motion passed. Thank you for coming out and watching your council team at work.